early, Scott. And you definitely don't show up on game day with the wrong soda. That's why Fansville runs on Dr. Pepper. Because when you've got 23 flavors, you don't need a transfer portal. You already got a franchise player. And now there's Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, which somehow tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper, but with
What?
zero sugar. I don't know how they do it. I'm not asking questions. I'm just drinking it. Whether you're tailgating, yelling at the TV like the coach can hear you, or explaining to your kids why this season is different, Dr. Pepper is there for all of it. So crack open an ice cold Dr. Pepper, plant yourself on the couch, and remember, in Fansville, loyalty is everything, and flavor always wins. Dr. Pepper, it's a Fansville thing. Chisholm, you just got back from a weekend vacation from Fansville. What did you see around town? What's going on?
Brother, not one, not two, not three, not four,
Yeah.
not five,
Uh-huh.
but 23 flavors making themselves known all over Fansville. Absolute riot of a time. The kids loved it. The inflatable obstacle course was something that we did have to have a conversation with HR about afterwards. But outside of that, it was a really good time. Definitely money well spent. We look forward to going to Fort Dodge every single year as a family, and
Mm-hmm.
it's our little corner of heaven.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, let's do it.
Yep.
Woo! Let's go. National Championship is going to be on Monday, January 19th in the Hard Rock Stadium featuring the Miami Hurricanes and one little quarterback. Probably did well on his SATs. Miami born Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana Hoosiers. The story writes itself when it comes to the Miami ties. We might get into a little bit of that. But goddamn, Chisholm, we had a whole smorgasbord hamburger of football here this weekend. We had 5 straight nights of football if you include the NFL. And we're gonna take a little time today and push that NFL to the side, remind you about what took place on Thursday and Friday night because it was some electric college ball, especially that game on Thursday night.
Yeah, I believe it was described as what experts are saying is a hodgepodge. If
Oh,
that's something you're familiar with,
yeah,
but
Porgy Porgy.
I mean, yeah, Georgie Porgy, right?
There
It's all the same. It's all the same as it. All
Only
roads
took
lead
like
back
two
to
minutes
Steely
before we
Dan.
started
Yep.
missaying things.
Riffing. That's just what the Fabrice brothers do, baby. We come in, we provide a little bit of energy, we make you laugh, we make you chuckle. The nose chortle, right? The little little nose laugh. Get a couple of those out of the boys, and guess what,
Uh-huh.
man? You're feeling good about yourself. You're carrying that energy into everything else you're doing with your life. Next thing you know, you're having babies. So congrats to all the expecting mothers out there.
Yep.
Congrats to all the fathers as well in the sex. Back to the football though. I think that what we just watched was the NFL proving that it's scripted, because I didn't think that the college slate really could have been topped. I thought the games were phenomenal, up and down, left and right, in and out. Who's its and what's its, X's and O's,
Whataburger.
Jimmy's and Joe's, Whataburgers, and in and outs. Yeah, like I said, but I mean, holy shit! Like I was able. So Mrs. Chisholm was out of town; she was on a work trip, so I just had myself, my
Color
couch,
me shocked.
and in the television to just keep me company. And thank
Yeah.
God that I did. Football did not disappoint.
The good old tube and what's the classic like TV dinner brand for men?
Uh, Hungry man.
Yeah, it is Hungry Man. You sounded like a Jeopardy contestant. You know when they're like moaning out like an answer. I've watched a lot of Jeopardy. They're
Yeah.
like, Hungry Man, and they're like, yes, that is correct. And you're like, okay, nice.
You son of a
Um,
bitch. I'm in.
the tube and a Hungry Man. Yeah, that's a great way to go. And if hey, you're asking yourself at this point in the episode, hey, where is that smiling, handsome looker Texas Pete? He's down somewhere south of the border. I think Tijuana, God knows where, celebrating some nuptials. He's going to get a new brother-in-law or new sister-in-law this weekend. So shout out Texas Pete. Hope you're enjoying your wedding down there. And yeah, stay frosty, my friend.
I was
Don't
gonna
forget to
say,
apply some sunscreen. But
if you're getting consummated into a Pete family marriage, then the activities are not legal within the 50 states in the U.S. So typically, it is a destination wedding, from what I've
dude, they
heard.
live for
Um,
destination weddings.
and
They
and
have 3 in the family this year.
I know. I believe it's because there is a ritual involved in the Pete family that is, like I said, illegal to perform within these 50 United States of America,
Ooh.
which is why the destination wedding is not only, it's not only desired, it's required in order to fully consummate that marriage. So best of luck to the Pete family. Texas Pete, keep it in your pants. It's not your time to shine yet, but I know you will, buddy. You're a good man. You're a man of Christ.
Swing. All right, let's
Show
start with
on.
Miami. Ole Miss, 31-27. I mean, this was the better of the 2 games, clearly Thursday night. Back and forth affair, coming down to the wire. Carson Beck, can he do it? 15-play drive, 75 yards, and he runs it in for a touchdown with 18 seconds left to take that 31-27 lead. Honestly, this was a game where it felt like Miami was in control the entire game and kind of outplayed Ole Miss. But you kept looking up at the scoreboard and saying, "Oh, I mean, Ole Miss is still hanging around." And the next thing you know, it's the 4th quarter, and they took a lead. So, what were your thoughts here? I mean, were you thinking the same thing? Like, how is Ole Miss going to pull this one off?
Yeah, I want to say first and foremost, Pete Golding we've confirmed already, Chisholm personified, small town Louisiana guy. He's got the accent. His whole body is like slowly graying. Like his
tell me
hair
about
is
his hair. What's going
it's
on?
like
It's
salt
like I
and
love
pepper.
it, but I can't
It's
believe
like
it.
his
Doesn't
hair
look
is
real.
that color. I believe it's purely due to stress. Like, I don't know if it's financial stress or if it's he cares about coaching that much, but it looks like his stress has aged him a few years, because he's definitely younger than you think he is, because his body, he looks like he's just got 1,000-yard stare at all times. Like, he looks like he's seen battle.
This is insane. I looked up, does Pete Golding dye his hair? Dude, the Google AI chat functions, they're out of control. Pete Golding does not die. He is alive. So thanks for clearing that up.
Thanks,
He is
chat.
alive. Right below that, it goes, but he has faced challenges, including a DUI arrest. Not to say that makes him more Chisholm personified, but it might.
I hate to say I smiled bigger. I don't know what else you want me to say other than I didn't get a bigger smile on my face.
Hey, just like Gundy said, I mean, driving home after 4 or 5 beers, done that a million times.
Hell, I've done that 1,000 times. Oh, what do you mean he doesn't have a job anymore?
Yeah, and Ole Miss even had a chance with a second left for Chambliss to get a ball into the end zone, which could have been the most Chambliss could have turned himself into like Kimba, cardiac Kimba, NCAA national champion, best probably tournament run we've seen. And Chambliss could have done that. A lot of respect to this Ole Miss team in general with all they're dealing with. They were showing a bunch of guys on the sidelines that Golding basically picked up off the street in the last week and just brought into the building, which I think is cool in the sense of football knowledge transfers. Like, if you haven't been in the building, you can still show up and provide a lot of value just from your knowledge. As they say, a lot of these old heads have more knowledge in their pinky when it comes to football than many of us do in our entire bodies. And that's true, especially when they're cutting off the sidelines. A lot of veterans in there. A couple people I want to call out on the Miami side. Mark Fletcher Jr. I love this guy. Ran for 133 yards. I'm excited to see what he does against Indiana's defense. But he lays wood. He's a hard physical runner, and he runs with patience, and I love that. And then maybe why don't you just talk a little bit about Malachi Toney, the true freshman for Miami?
Yeah. What relation is he? Kadarius Toney's brother?
No relation, I don't believe. But
really,
I'll see if AI has anything.
I thought I read that they were related somewhere, which is why he's such a stud so young. But yeah, this kid, I mean, dude, he touches the ball and it's just, oh, damn, that's on. I was under the impression they were.
Oh my God.
What?
It says he's Antonio Brown's kid? Well, this makes so much sense. How did they not bring this up on? I mean, this is on the Sporting News. How is this not a bigger storyline?
I thought that was a joke.
Is it a joke? I mean, Sporting News put it on there. It might be a joke, which if it is, Apologies to Malachi's real father.
Whatever his
But
genetic
we're getting,
bloodline looks like, when he has the football in his hands, holy shit, he might as well be Antonio Brown's kid. Like it at this point, like he looks like he was born to play for the Chiefs.
it
Like
says on
he
Wikipedia that his dad is. I mean, it says it on all these different sites.
All right, well then, yeah, he's Andy Reid's wet dream, essentially.
Oh my God. This is hilarious. His dad is Antonio Brown, who played football in college, but not the Antonio Brown. This story is just getting more and more juicy. I almost got
That's what it
Sintel there, I think, at
was.
first, but
All right, I was gonna say I feel like I'm losing my mind, but okay. I was like, I'm not that old.
God, this is, I don't know. Who knows? I kind of like the legend that it could be. Um, nope, it's not. This guy,
Try to let it
his dad
ride.
ended up playing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Oh, let's go
Kind of
Canadian
fun.
football.
All right. Well, hey, Malachi Tony, though, but like, what about that catch he had on the sideline that didn't count?
Oh,
Like the heel rule, like the
yeah.
heel versus toe rule.
Oh, I wanted him. I wanted it for him so bad. It was such great. Like he has some of the best hands I've ever seen. He always finds a way to make a catch. If he's in the vicinity, he's making the play. Like it's even trying to bring him down though isn't easy. He's not like the biggest guy in the world by any means, but holy shit, is he shifty, and he's got incredible balance.
Yeah, he
Some
does.
next
And
level
you could
shit.
see
Yeah,
all that on display with that kind of like that little bubble screen pass that he took, and then he took it up
yes,
the middle for
bingo.
40-yard touchdown. Incredible player. Real quick, just gonna get on my soapbox here because we have this platform, and I get on my soapbox here so the people in my life don't have to hear it as often around the house and out and about. But I do not fully understand this toe versus heel rule. So if my heel, if you're watching along, your heel goes like this, right? Boom. That to me seems like it's out of bounds. But if your heel is facing towards like I don't know, it starts to get a little complex. But what's the difference between a toe tap and then the heel's down versus a heel tap and then the toes down? It seems like they're the same thing to me.
Toe tap like lifts the foot back up, whereas the toe to heel is one fluid motion. That is the step. It's kind of like the
So
difference between running and or jogging and speed walking. Like
what about
you always have to have a foot on the ground type of thing. I think it's the exact same sentiment played out here.
what about a toe drag into a heel, like a heel drag? I've seen even like a heel drag. I mean, sometimes the heel is like bouncing the way these guys are doing it. It's
All right. Well, if it's bouncing, then it's coming off of the ground and then it's being placed again. And that's the second step, technically, if we're being technical here, which we are.
what if it's jiggling?
If it's jiggling, I couldn't tell you, brother, but all I know is if that leg is stanky.
Well, do you want to give Carson Beck his flowers too?
I do.
15
I
play
really
drive for the win.
I do. He has looked so much better this year. You saw it all the way back to the Notre Dame game at the beginning of the season. He has more maturity and composure in the pocket than I'm used to, and he's making just better decisions under pressure than he ever has in his career. The decision to tuck it and run to score the game-winning touchdown for Miami, that's something Carson Beck typically actually is forcing into double, maybe even triple coverage to force a ball in there to make the play. But I think he's really just gained he's a sentient being. He's gained like his full sense of self. He's aware of what he could do with his legs more than he ever has been, apparently. Because, yeah, I mean that he basically walked into the end zone to win the football game. Ole Miss, I thought game planned perfectly for the old Carson Beck. But this one, he showed up. He was ready to play, and I definitely give him his props and his flowers. Coming to Miami was a great move for him in his career. It definitely is going to help his draft stock.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Crystal Ball too. After the game, I thought was absolutely comedy. I've never seen an angrier guy post win in the semifinals, and I guess I was thinking about it a little bit. Go ahead.
Cristobal might be like the first Hispanic man that's ever rubbed me the wrong way initially. Like typically I feel like they're very warm and welcoming people. Culturally
I would
speaking.
agree.
And I don't know what it is about Cristobal
night down in Austin, Texas, and it was just absolutely unreal.
They want you to like share and partake in their culture. It's like a huge part of themselves. It's like the storytelling, the dancing, the music, the food, the tradition, right? Very welcoming, very open. And then you watch the way that Mario Cristobal just is a person, and you're like, he's none of these things. Like
Yeah, I mean, I
from
just watched
Miami.
Long Came Polly last night. They're all doing the salsa dance.
God, it's just good.
Ben
I
Stiller's
wish I was
character's
Hispanic,
learning it.
man.
Uh, uh, uh.
As a child, I
But
wanted to be black. I'll embrace my own heritage someday.
as an Irishman,
Yeah, I'm an American. See, like I'm sitting here, I'm wearing camo.
there you go.
You know,
There you
like
go.
I have Irish ancestry, sure, but I don't even think I can really relate to it like that. I need to start getting in touch with like motherfuckers that were in like World War I and shit. You know, like what are they up to?
Yeah, why
What
don't
are
you
their
just
souls?
take a lap? Just take a
Yeah,
lap. You got time.
I
You got time. Um, Lastly, Cristobal. Yeah, I mean, I thought this was just hilarious how curmudgeony he was post win, but it does make sense when you think about the game that just played. I'm sure he felt like he was happy and proud of his team for the way they fought and were able to come away with the victory. But penalties, drive killing penalties, some weird play calling too. I felt like they didn't execute on third and short. They got cute a few times and they were just running the ball down their throat. The game plan went basically as well as you could hope for. Probably exactly how they schemed it up. Control the ball. They ran more than 30 plays than Ole Miss, and you saw that at the end when Ole Miss's defense couldn't get off the field. But I did not see that Signetti would be leaps and bounds happier, giddy, joyful post semifinal game. He's kind of the guy that's known and has the mantle for being a little bit more curmudgeon post win, but he's about as happy as I've ever seen him. And it's hard to yeah, I mean, it's easy to understand why, right? Like another absolute masterclass performance out of the Hoosiers, come out of the gate and they're up 35-7 at half. Very first play of the game, pick six, forced 3 turnovers and a blocked punt, which all led to points. Fernando Mendoza is silencing his biggest hater and critic in Old Chisholm, who said he's not Heisman quality quarterback. He threw for 5 touchdowns. Only 3 incompletions. That's right. He now has 2 games under his belt in the playoffs, and he has more touchdowns than incompletions. Runs the ball sparingly, but he always runs the ball for a first down. Then you got Kalon Black and Hemby running the rock and just doing what they need to do. Chisholm, I mean, this was never really a game. I think we were both on Indiana pretty heavy, so I was stoked and ecstatic to watch that. But maybe from a lay fan that was looking for a closer game, maybe a little bit left to be desired, but it's kind of fun getting the back and forth one, and it's also fun to just watch a runaway train continue to steamroll. Hey, yeah, there you go.
My fault. I want to stop the false narrative super quickly that I don't think Fernando Mendoza is a good or an elite level quarterback. I said compared to other elite Heisman winners, he's not the same. Like he's not Cam Newton. He's not Tim Tebow. He's his own person for sure. Yeah. All right.
That's like saying John the Baptist isn't Jesus.
It is exactly like saying that. 100%. You're right. I'm not arguing that. That's exactly what I said.
That's like true if you're comparing anybody to Cam Newton.
Okay, Cam I understand that. But like if you win the Heisman, that's the new conversation you enter, right? Like
yeah, but he's in like that
Fernando
Mac
Mendoza
Jones
is the best quarterback in college football. He's the best player in college
Jones,
football.
Bryce Young, kind of like Heisman territory is where I'd put him. And I mean, Mac Jones won a championship, I believe. So like
100%. And I think Fernando's ahead of Mac Jones.
I do too, especially if he completes.
I think he's ahead of both.
This next week.
I mean, I will say
Fernando can help his Heisman case with the playoff run too, because it's like, hey, they were just blowing teams out. I mean, he threw for 41 touchdowns and ran for 6. We had 47 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like that's.
And I will say this too: a lot of the reason behind why he doesn't have more touchdowns and more yards is because of the balance of the offense. A and B, the dominance that they show when it comes to owning positioning on the field. It's almost that's where you see them at their peak level of Big Ten football is when, I mean, they're still absolutely dominating every facet of the game, but like they're going to punt the ball and pin you if it's like 4th and 4, 4th and 5, right? Like they're not going to try and force and do something stupid. They're going to own field position, and it's just going to be another facet of the game that you lost. They want you to feel it. It's like a fucking spiritual thing. It's almost biblical watching this Indiana team play football. Nothing about it is peaceful. Nothing about it is calm. There's no style points. Nothing like that is getting rewarded on this team. And Cignetti has called that out from day one of his entire coaching career. Everything that he's ever prioritized is production and efficiency. And can you do it in the system and in the way that I want? And if you can, then i.e., we shall be successful. And he's doing it at the highest level now in college football.
And the style they do have, Chisholm, is, and you're exactly right. They are no nonsense. The style that they do have, and this even also comes in like a no nonsense way, is that I don't think I've seen the receiver drop a ball that's hit their hands for 2 years now. They come down with literally everything. Elijah Surratt is a mismatch problem. There are 3 really strong receivers. Pons didn't even. I mean, Pons at cornerback. There's 2 of them on this team, just like there's 2 Mendozas. But it's incredible.
Brothers.
I don't think I've seen them. I don't think I've seen them drop a ball. It's like it's over the shoulder stuff. It's sideline stuff. It's contested.
If it's touching them, it's being caught. If it touches their hands, they're catching the ball.
Yeah,
you can tell
that shit, bro.
The fundamentals have been perfected on this team. The fundamentals of football, the things that often get overlooked, like the contested, dirty, filthy catches that are like no one in their right mind is trying to make the catch. They're just like, nah, I'm not going to die on this hospital ball. Indiana's wide receivers are not only making those catches, but they're then turning into yards after the catch as well. Like they're doing it in ways that just defy what is possible. And it's like this Mendoza level of glue and synergy. I don't know what the glue they're huffing is, but it's some strong shit. It's good shit.
They're huffing all right. I'm typing away over here.
Yeah, I hear words per minute going crazy.
I'm just trying to figure out who it was that in that Penn State game had the double toe tap. It was Cooper. One game
Amari
where
Cooper.
It literally felt like he floated in air and got his foot down, like
to win the game.
To win the game in a way that just like defies gravity and comprehension. That might have been the play of the year.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because if they lose that game,
they still would be around, but they're putting together a historically great season. And you got to be undefeated if you want to be then to compare yourself, right? With like not only the teams that you played this year, but to compare against teams, that played in other eras or other seasons.
That's like the coolest part about
on pace to do if they can pull this off against Miami.
I think that's the coolest part about like the Power Four and the lore that comes with these accolades and these awards is there is a upper echelon that you can reach where legacy does count. Like typically that's something you think about or worry about at the NFL level, but the guys that are truly elite are guys that have legacies even nowadays entering college football. Like it's crazy the amount of reach that you can get and the amount of following that you can gain through NIL and all these different things. But the level of play, the level of athleticism on an annual basis is continuing to grow and get better. And I understand that for safety and health concerns, that's terrifying. But as a fan, let's fucking go. Like let's keep giving me the cream of the crop, keep playing the hits. I'll still listen to the deep cuts. I'm still going to watch the G6. Don't get me wrong. But I love the direction that things are moving in. The parity across college football is insane. Would love to see like somebody kind of try to take the Iron Throne because it truly is a Game of Thrones right now for the first time in a long time. Yeah,
the throne is vacant and Cignetti wants to sit on it. Sit on it, Minetti. Ooh. Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. I mean, they got jumped on from the very beginning here, and it's hard to like kind of put this like loss into context against a team like Indiana. Oregon was just not up to the task. They were banged up. They were down to like their 3rd or 4th string running back. Some issues in the defense too, and some injuries. But that's what this has became, and that's where like people saying, "Hey, that first week bye." Like I know we have had in the first 2 years, like 1-7, the teams that have the 1 week bye, but it's also a game of attrition when you have to play 4 playoff games, right, in college football. So it's starting to wear up on Oregon, and yeah, not much to say. They just did not execute. Dante Moore did not look good. But good thing is he's not transferring. He's coming back, and he'll be with AT&T next year. We'll get to see the ads all over again. But any thoughts on Oregon to kind of close it on this year? I mean, it just feels like a team that ran out of gas and was just not up to snuff against the Indiana team that was well scouted and ready to jump them.
Oregon's good. It's just, dude, Dante Moore has almost regressed every single week the last few months. Like, I just haven't been impressed by him in a long time. Maybe even going back to UCLA, honestly. Like, he just did not have a great year with Oregon. Their offense just did not allow him to succeed. He just did not fit for whatever reason.
I am glad he's coming back. I think that's the right move for him, and I can see him having.
I think so too. If they can, there's something was off this year, or maybe he's just genuinely not that good. But him and Raiola in a quarterback competition together, I think would be really fun to watch. So
it'll be interesting. I have no idea what to expect. Is Raiola just gonna like throw a red shirt on this year and call it good? I mean, I don't know his injury status too, and so maybe he's gonna just throw another red shirt on it from kind of where he's not ready to play, and then he doesn't end up playing unless something weird happens. I also saw a report that they're maybe looking at extending the amount of games played to allow for redshirting. It's absolutely ridiculous because you're going to start to see guys, even more guys, just leave halfway through the season to go to the transfer portal because they're under their 8-game limit or 7-game limit for red shirts. I mean, the whole thing. We don't have to get into that. But let's talk about Miami and Indiana. The spread for this game is actually 8.5 points for Indiana, and the total is 47.5. I mean, a lot of respect is finally being shown Indiana's way. I think, like, you know, if you look at the Bama game and Oregon, obviously, those were games they covered by 4 touchdowns. But this Miami team, they're hard-nosed, they're physical. They might be the best defense that Indiana's going to face outside of Ohio State earlier this year. They're going to want to control possession. They're going to probably try and have a very similar strategy as they approach the Ole Miss game. But they're going to have to be cleaner. They're going to have to execute better if they're going to want to win this game. Any first early impressions about, you know, the matchup?
I actually love the matchup. I would say these are the 2 best teams in college football. Like, in my opinion, they got like it's awesome to see the playoff work. Like, whether or not the right teams got in, whether or not the seeding was right, like the 2 teams that should be in this game are in this game. Well done to the committee in that aspect. Outside of that, though, like, I'm really not nervous, but I'm curious to see this game because neither of these teams has faced an opponent like the team that they're about to play. And I mean that because, like, the only way that these teams could really prepare for what they're about to do is if they just faced each other's first stringers and went at it 100%. And we're like, all right, that's what it's going to be like. Like, these are 2 fairly evenly matched, evenly ranked teams. I do think Indiana, more top to bottom, Cignetti has that edge over Cristobal. And I think that Carson Beck's past kind of still creates doubt in my mind more than anything else. But this Indiana team has never once given us ever a reason to doubt. This Miami team has twice this season. The teams that aren't even 500. Like,
that's not true. What? Don't look at me like that.
Are they not 500?
I mean, SMU was 9-4. Louisville was 9-4.
All right, so they lost to 2 9-4 teams.
But those 9-4 teams might be, you know, we get propagandized all year. If they were 9-4 SEC teams, everybody wouldn't be shitting on them.
Yeah, if it was 9-4 Iowa, different story. That's the greatest 9-4 team I've ever seen in my life.
It sure fucking was, bud.
I mean, holy shit! What a fucking ride this season was. But all of that to be said, fuck you.
Yeah, all right, I'll take it. I don't need to be stopping your
Not
roll like
you.
that.
Not you.
I just wanted
Not
to
you.
I just wanted to put some respect on these
Just a
Mustangs and
listener.
Cardinals
Yeah.
names. I know we got a lot of fans down there in Louisville, so I didn't want them to go walk away feeling slighted.
I did.
The good people of Louisville. Not
Fuck
as
them.
good of a police force. They're not going to bring the PGA Tour back there anytime soon.
Yeah, that was a tough look. But also, it's crazy to think that the lady in Minnesota got shot for doing essentially less than what Scotty Scheffler did.
Yeah, it is crazy. R.I.P. We stand with the
And
people.
thank God
With the
Scotty
people.
didn't get shot.
Yeah, can you
That'd be
imagine?
horrible.
God
R.I.P.
damn. Yeah, rest in peace. Um, let's see here. Anything else? I mean, I don't know. I'm just excited for this game. I do think you have a good point here about Signetti on 11 days, from Thursday night to Monday night. We've seen over and over again that this Indiana team for basically 2 seasons now is the best schemed football team and probably the best scouted team. And you see it week in, week out with the way it just feels like they know what's coming. I saw a report that, and this happens a lot, like even like the small things, like about what receivers do with their gloves based off like a receiving play and a run play. Like they look at like how do people position their mouth guards. Like this guy, 85% of the time, if his mouth guard like isn't in, they're gonna do a pass play. Otherwise, it's like this 15% it's a run. They're like so into the little details, and have these guys so focused. It's pretty incredible. And then you got a leader like Fernando going back to Miami. He's excited. Did you notice that he's trying to look into the camera less during his interviews? He's trying to do his best, but he like keeps like he's like a horny guy at the gym or something. He can't help himself. He's like trying to look away, but he can't.
That's such a good analogy too. He's like, and he keeps fighting, wanting to do this. He wants to do this into the camera so bad.
It's unreal.
And if he does it, he gets like an M&M or something, a little treat. I don't know. But somebody's rewarding him for not looking into the camera and doing this.
Yeah. He's so cute.
Let him do what he wants. Let him be free.
Let him be free, dude. Let him talk into the camera. I was actually a little disappointed. I told Mrs. Jones.
I like it when it feels like he's talking to me.
I know. I was like, we got to wait for this Mendoza interview, and she's in on it now. Like I've been telling her about him and showing him to her, and I was disappointed. I like it when he steps through the television and grabs me and
breaks the fourth wall down.
Yeah.
He's good shit,
I can't
man.
wait. I love Fernando. I'm gonna be so sad next year when he's in the NFL and right away there's gonna be some commercial where he's like reenacting that and doing that to the camera as a part of some advertisement. Let's just enjoy it while we have it, because this kind of innocence and like just pure joy and excitement and like happy to be there, especially if he goes to the Jets, man. I mean, it's gonna go away in due time, like it does for all these guys. They just become a little bit too PR trained, and they have to be, right? Because when you're giving out, he gave 4 interviews after the game. When you're giving out fucking 4 interviews, like you can't, there's only so much you can say without giving like too big of a headline.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, he loves it. Like he's so happy to be there. Like he just soaks it all in. His family loves to watch. It's funny thinking about him trying to go in and like save New York City football. Like he's the chosen one that's sent to like carry that cross.
I can see
no one would embrace that level of suffering quite like he would. And that's why he might be the chosen one.
He's getting like texts from his freshman year rhetoric teacher, like after the games, like wonderful speech, Fernando, like like giving him like a rubric style.
No notes.
And he's like asking for feedback, like how did you feel in the middle part? Like did I have ethos, pathos? She's like ethos, pathos, logos. You did it all. Oh man. I do think like 8.5 is a lot. And it's going to come down to play style and game style. I mean, Miami in the first game against A&M and Ohio State in the second game, if they can kind of like control the line of scrimmage, have long possessions, lots of drives, keep it a little bit more low scoring, position oriented football, I do think that they can definitely cover that 8.5. But I'll just go out here and say I've been riding the Hoosier train here. Hoosiers. And I'm going to take them 8.5 because at this point, they haven't done anything for me to do anyway, like bet or side otherwise. And I feel like it'd be a bit of a zag on myself and my eyes and just kind of like well, 8.5 is a lot of points for a national championship game. But that Cignetti coaching edge and the players that we've discussed and the receivers coming down with every single ball. Miami's good, but they're still slightly undisciplined, and they show a little bit of Brian Ferentz offense at times. And what I mean by that is they're chunking off 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. They're moving the ball, and you'll find like one play goes wrong, and they can't overcome that, and it stalls their drives out. We saw that a few times with Ole Miss getting cute on short down yardage. One, false start penalty. They had a few of those. Those can stall drives for this Miami team. I just think Indiana's the more disciplined, buttoned up, better coached. Not to say Miami's not good coached too, but they do have those edges.
100%. I'm with you. I just don't see a world in which, like, I know that, like I just said, neither of these teams has seen a team quite like the other, but I still think Indiana's on a different level. They're on a different tier. They're going to go out and do the same thing this next game that they did the last, in my opinion. I just don't think that it's going to be better for the next team. They're going to try to put belt to ass. They're going to try to make it as embarrassing as possible for you. They're going to do it with pride and some sportsmanship along the way. But yeah, give me the Hoosiers. I'm rocking with them. Everything that Cignetti's done, I've been with them since day one. All my faithful Rant Money listeners are well aware of this. Outside of that, man, fuck it. Just give me a good game. Like give me a 10-point game. I'll be happy.
Right. Give me a good game. I just want to see good football, especially at a conclusion, a crescendo of this season. If I was going to give out a couple side prop bets, I feel like the Tony props, I was looking at them like, yes, he's still the guy, but people forget that Keelan Marion was the leading receiver with 114 yards last game. So I maybe zag in knowing that Tony's going to be like the head, top line for the scout from Indiana. Keelan's very talented receiver and could end up having a good game. So I maybe go with his over longest reception is what I'd like to do there. He's a big play guy. A lot of times I think that one's sitting around 17.5 if you can find it. That is a good bet in my opinion. Next is I love Mark Fletcher. I would take the over in yards there because it is a bit of a two guy backfield. It's reasonable. You can get it at a reasonable number. But I would take Charmar Brown for the touchdown. This is the third game in a row we've seen him used a little bit more in the short yard, end zone, red zone territory, which had me befuddled and a little flummoxed. Chisholm last week because I was on the Fletcher touchdown, but you live and you learn. So that's a little bit on the Miami side. On the Indiana side, I mean, this is just like you said, such a balanced attack. It's hard for me to like find an edge because I just don't know where it's going to come from. When I think about the Indiana Hoosiers, do you have any other prop bets, or I can kind of tell you what I got for Indiana?
I would like to take a Fernando Mendoza anytime touchdown. I think he gets a rushing one off at some point. I feel like the same sentiment. I think there's going to be a scrum at some point. He's going to get a tush push, or he's just going to break off a scramble after they just, leave something uncovered or nobody's on a spy in the red zone.
Yeah, I like it. Surratt, he's a touchdown machine. You're not getting great odds on these Indiana guys, which is just kind of tough.
They just put up points, man.
I do like the Mendoza one. He had 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. Something that I loved in that Indiana game is they blocked that punt. They got the ball on the 4-yard line, and they handed it off to Kalon Black 3 straight plays. And they were all power formations, but slightly different power formations. They got 1 yard the first time, 1 yard the second time, 1 yard the third time, and scored a touchdown. It's like they didn't do anything like overly complicated. They literally said,
don't reinvent the wheel.
Yes. And we see it all the time happen, like 24/7. You get a first down from like the 3rd-yard line. They'll do something that puts them behind the 8 ball, puts them at the 5-yard line. Now your entire playbook has changed. and then you feel like you're in a passing position now on second down, and then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 5 from the 5-yard line. They just keep it so simple and they keep it so smart, and they just lined it up. They ran the ball 3 times and they put it in the end zone. I'm like, thank you.
Keep it simple.
But
Stupid KISS method.
Anything else you want to talk about? I mean,
No.
I will say this. Gosh, why am I blanking out? The McElroy and who's his partner on the call?
McElroy, McDonough.
Yes, Fowler's a pro.
Dude, McDonough is the fucking man.
I am a little Herb Street out. I'm a little Herb Streets out. We saw him again on the NFL call, and we've talked about this before. Like, he's the only play-by-play guy that's going out there and having like a full-time take job.
Yeah.
The rest of the play-by-play guys are generally like play-by-play and like they give some insights. And remember when like Kirk, back in the day on game day, he used to do like keys to the game, but he would never pick a team for like a lot of these games, especially if he was calling the game. And now I just feel like he's so wrapped up into his own take world. And we see this all the time with like analysts, people that speak on sports. They get take brain where they start to protect their take or be more worried about their take. And it's basically like, what we have as fans, right? Like I have an immense amount of bias when I watch Hawkeye football or basketball for that matter. Like I'm going to notice the calls the refs miss against us more than they do against the other team, just because I know that. Like I have rose colored glasses. I'm biased. Once you get the take game going, you start to see everything through your biased take lens. Like even the Indiana-Alabama game. I mean, he's been, pioneering and promoting the SEC all throughout the season. Like he couldn't wrap his head around the fact that Indiana was just like flat out dominating at all aspects of the game. And it reflected in the way he was broadcasting the game, right? Like, and on top of that, I already get him calling a game on Sunday. He's the only guy that I'm seeing call 2 games a week usually. So it's just a lot. So I do want to give a shout out to McDonough and McElroy. I think they're a great booth. Molly McGrath and Katie George on the sideline too. Holly Rowe still getting it done as well. I mean, a lot of great sideline reporters out there.
I was going to say, I love the Mac squad. You get McDonough, McElroy, and what was her name? Katie McGrath. Yeah, dude, that's the Mac squad. I love when they're in town. Sean McDonough for hockey is incredible. If you get him on a hockey call, you are blessed.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I believe it.
Well, you should.
I really do.
It's a great sport.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. 43 minutes, time flies.
I'm hungry. Dude, I'm hungry. What are you doing for dinner tonight?
Dude, I had some bagel dogs. And then
you already told me that. Fuck!
Then I'm gonna go and play a basketball game here. We play actually against our heated rival. I think that's a TV show now. The Architects. They're a group of guys. They've been in the same league that we've been in for years now, and they got one guy who's sturdy like an ox. He's not super tall. He's like 6'4".
You guys got to start calling him Babe.
All right, maybe I will. Hey, babe, give him a little butt tap.
That's Paul Bunyan's ox's name.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's why I'm the nickname
name.
Guy. Yeah, trophy.
But yeah.
Anyways,
it'll be a good time. I'll let you know how it goes. This
Please
guy
do.
he is an absolute unit, and he frightens me. And he wears double knee braces, so he's been through some shit.
Yeah, hit him
but
with
he's
some
still
moves.
out there hooping.
Sharpen them things up before the game, get them real nice, and then just start fucking throwing them things.
Will do. All right, Chisholm, get us out of here and fire it up to reconvene next week with Pete. We'll recap a little bit of the game, obviously, and then hand out some just kind of, year-long superlatives and awards. So it'll be a fun one next week with us, too.
Yeah, do not miss out next week. That's going to be probably the most fun episode of the year. We're going to recap a little bit of everything, highlight some of our favorites, some of our worst, some of our least favorite, fucking all of it. It'll be recap next week. So don't forget to tune in there. Tune into the rest of the Pop Off Pod Network's bullshit, whatever the fuck's going on right now. I know Box Up Boys, Bunkhouse Boys.
What a leader. My God.
Whoever the fuck else is recording, listen to their shit. It's pretty good. And text your mom and your dad if they're with you. and they're with you still after you land from a flight. Let them know you landed safely. And don't forget to call your bookie and tell them that we say hi. Cheers.